Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now a massive warning signal is once again flashing on the Bitcoin chart as Bitcoin just hit my exact bearish price target, while the price is potentially heading towards the next major price target that I'll talk about in just a moment, while Ethereum is now running into critical support alongside Solana also running into this critical area of support. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, just before getting into the Bitcoin charts today, we need to talk about how the Bitcoin ETFs are still currently dumping Bitcoin. And so basically, this is one of the reasons as to why we're still seeing a pullback in the price of Bitcoin and really the overall crypto market. It's simply due to the fact that the ETFs are not really seeing those same massive inflows that we were seeing a few months ago. For example, back in February, entering into early March, we were seeing massive net inflows into the spot Bitcoin ETFs. We're talking about billions of dollars flowing into the Bitcoin ETFs basically every week. And if you look at the price of Bitcoin during that same time period, during February and March, the price of Bitcoin was skyrocketing to the upside due to the ETFs buying a massive amount of Bitcoin. But obviously, more recently, those massive inflows have basically stopped. And as of recent, just over the last 1 to 2 weeks or so, we're actually starting to see a little bit more net outflows rather than net inflows, a slight decline in what the Bitcoin ETFs are actually holding. And so once again, this is just one of a few different reasons. This is just one major reason as to why the price of Bitcoin as of recent has been experiencing some bearish price action. But if we're taking a look at this 3-day Bitcoin chart, we can see that as of right now, from the all-time high, the highest point so far, to the lowest point so far in this correction, the price has pulled back roughly around 20% from high to low. And so at least as of right now, at the time of recording this video, the current pullback from high to low is on par with previous pullbacks that we've seen even during this very bull market. And if we're looking at previous Bitcoin bull markets, for example, back in 2017, in that bull market, we saw multiple 30 to 40% pullbacks along the way during the bull market. And so as I always say, it's important to understand the difference between the different time frames. Just because we're seeing short-term bearish price action, that does not necessarily mean that the bull market is over, because if that were the case, then the bull market would have been over a year ago. But one signal that we need to pay attention to is, of course, the DXY, also known as the US dollar index here on the daily time frame, also looking at the price of Bitcoin on the daily time frame. And what we are now seeing just over the last 1 day is actually more of a breakout in the DXY, a massive spike to the upside once again in the DXY. And especially if this breaks out above this previous high, that's a major warning signal, at least in the short term, for the price of Bitcoin. And this is something that I was talking about over and over again here on the channel around a month ago, give or take, because obviously back then the DXY was massively spiking to the upside. And so, like I said on the channel back then, that was also a major warning signal, a bearish signal for Bitcoin and crypto. Because in case you're new to all of this, all you really need to know about the DXY is that usually when the DXY is bullish, that is often bearish or at least neutral for the price of Bitcoin. And often the most bullish price action for Bitcoin usually only occurs when the DXY is bearish. And so once again, this is just another reason as to why we're seeing another short-term dump in the price of Bitcoin, because we're simply seeing another short-term spike to the upside here in the DXY. And as always, I'll be sure to keep you up to date on what's happening here in the DXY and many other important charts here in these videos every day. So make sure you subscribe to this channel with notifications turned on so that you don't miss out on any of these important update videos. And now, as for potential price targets further to the downside, let's just say if we actually confirm a strong break below $60,000, which is major support here on the daily time frame, then if we're taking another look at the 3-day Bitcoin chart, looking at the Fibonacci retracement tool from the low, the bear market low, up to the all-time high, we can see that on the linear settings for the Fibonacci levels, we have the 23.6% Fibonacci level of support sitting right at around $60,000. And so once again, 60K is a very important level for the price of Bitcoin, which basically means if we start seeing strong candle closes, for example, daily candle closes, or for example, a weekly candle close below 60K, then that would signal potentially a further correction down towards the next major Fibonacci level, which is the 38.2% Fibonacci level of support at around 51,500. And so once again, if we actually confirm a break below 60,000 with candle closes on larger timeframes below 60,000, or even better, if we flip that level into new resistance for extra confirmation, then in that scenario, once we actually see those confirmation signals of a break to the downside below 60K, we should be expecting a move potentially down towards around 51 to 52,000. But once again, at least at the time of recording this video, we have not yet confirmed a break below $60,000. And so just keep that in mind. It's still a possibility that we could hold above 60K if we do not see those candle closes below that level. And if we're taking a look at this daily Bitcoin chart, we can still see the price of Bitcoin is potentially forming this massive bullish flag pattern, but only if we hold above that 60K level of support. And so once again, that level is very important for multiple reasons. Not only was that previous support for the price of Bitcoin, it was also a Fibonacci level right here and still is a major Fibonacci level at 60K. And it's also the support line for this potential massive bullish flag pattern. But as I've also said recently here on the channel, that potential bull flag pattern will only actually confirm and come into play if we see a confirmed breakout above this resistance, which is sitting at around 71,500. And obviously, as of right now, the price of Bitcoin has not currently confirmed a breakout above that resistance, which means this potential bullish flag pattern, even though it's potentially forming, it is not yet confirmed or in play. And if we're zooming into the shorter term, looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, obviously just recently, over the last half a day or so, the price of Bitcoin has now officially hit the complete technical price target for this rising wedge pattern. And I talked about this rising wedge pattern over and over again here on the channel, all the way back here, basically stating that we have the initial price target to the downside for this short-term bearish pattern at around 62,500, which we already hit. And once again, as I mentioned here on the channel, the complete price target, the full price target for the rising wedge was at the bottom of the wedge at around 60 to 61,000, which has now been hit. And so considering the fact that this bearish pattern has now completed the full price target, as of right now, the pattern is complete and is no longer playing out. And so obviously, congrats if you traded this pattern right here, whether you traded it to the downside with a short position, or if you simply waited for the price to hit the complete technical price target to buy some cheaper Bitcoin than you otherwise would have. Either way, you've done well if you traded this pattern right here, considering it has now completed the full technical price target. And if you want to trade these moves in the price of Bitcoin, no matter if the price is bullish or bearish, you can make money in either scenario with long positions or short positions. And personally, I take those trades over on Bybit, so I'll make sure to leave a link to Bybit in the description down below and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link down below this video to make a Bybit account and deposit on that account, then you can get up to a $30,000 deposit bonus, but only if you use that link down below this video. And also, if you use that link, it'll take you to this page right here where you can claim an exclusive 200 USDT airdrop position. And so if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, you might as well check that out. Once again, first link down below this video. But for whatever reason, if you cannot access Bybit or if you cannot KYC on Bybit, there is also Bitflex, which is another crypto exchange similar to Bybit, but you don't need KYC for Bitflex. And so I will also make sure to leave a link to Bitflex down below this video as an alternative crypto exchange. And if we're taking a look at this 4-hour Bitcoin chart, we can see the price of Bitcoin, at least at the time of recording this video, is attempting to reclaim that 60K level here in the short term. And for the bulls out there, this is a critical level to reclaim very soon. Basically, in order to avoid those much lower prices that I talked about earlier in the video, we basically have to quickly reclaim that 60K level and hold above that level in order to potentially prevent those lower prices coming into play. But considering we've just broken below this area of previous support, this should now act as new resistance, sitting in between around 61 to 62,000, with more resistance in between around 65 to 66,000. And obviously, over the last one day, with the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI creating a new lower low, that invalidated this short-term bullish divergence. And so this is actually one of the very rare occurrences where a bullish divergence on the 4-hour chart only played out over around half a day, because usually a bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame plays out over a few days, usually around 2 to 4 days, give or take on average. And so statistically speaking, this was actually a less likely scenario. As always, nothing is impossible, which is why I talk about probabilities, more likely or less likely. But as of right now, the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI just entered into oversold territories for the first time since the middle of April. And the last time that that happened, we saw a bit of a short-term bounce back to the upside before eventually a little bit more of a correction back to the downside. Because this oversold signal by itself in the RSI does not necessarily guarantee that we're definitely at the bottom for this pullback. But usually when the RSI enters into oversold territories, that means that at least in the imminent short term, we're kind of reaching our downwards limit. And so basically it would not be surprising if we see a bit of a consolidation or a slight bounce back to the upside to basically help to reset the RSI, kind of like what we saw back here. But if we're taking a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, we can see the price of Bitcoin just took out a decent chunk of liquidity to the downside, which was sitting at around 59,500. And that was actually the largest level of liquidity to the downside until much lower prices. And so as of right now, the main levels of liquidity are still simply left to the upside. First of all, we have a massive amount of liquidity at around 67.4K. And we also have another major level of liquidity at around 71,500 and more liquidity at around 73,000. And in case you're new to all of this, usually the price of Bitcoin moves towards where there's a lot of liquidity, especially if it's close to the price of Bitcoin. But with that being said, getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this is on the daily time frame, and right now the price of ETH is potentially still forming this massive falling wedge pattern. Because as of right now, the price is not yet confirmed to break below this support or above this resistance, but we are running into this important level of support, which is sitting at roughly around 2.9K. And so it's important, at least in the short term here, for the price to hold above 2.9K. Otherwise, we risk failing this falling wedge and continuing a further pullback to much lower levels. But once again, at least for now, that has not yet confirmed. So 2.9K is still the level to pay attention to in the short term as major support. And as for resistance for this pattern right here, this line of resistance is currently sitting at around 3.3K to 3.4K. And as usual, a falling wedge really only comes into play with the bullish price target if we actually see a confirmed breakout above this resistance, which obviously as of right now has not yet happened. And if we're zooming into the shorter term, looking at that 8-hour time frame, right now the price of ETH is currently running into this area of support in between 2850 to 2950. And this is a critical area of support that I've been talking about over and over again here on the channel. Basically, since all the way back here, this has been a major area of support. And so basically, at least in the short term for the price of ETH, it is critical for the bulls to hold above this area. So at the very lowest price to hold above around 2850. Because once again, if we start breaking below that area of support, then we'd have to zoom out to larger timeframes and look at much lower levels of support. But once again, at least for now, we have not yet confirmed to break below this area of support. So that is still the area to pay attention to, at least in the short term. And while the price is holding above that area, technically we can still remain within this choppy sideways price range. And obviously there's been a few times over the last couple of weeks where the price has actually gone straight to the downside and then straight back to the upside and down and up again during this price range. And the area of resistance for this price range right here is sitting in between around 3.2K to 3250, with some new resistance just found at around 3350. And if we're taking a look at the 8-hour Ethereum RSI, as of right now, this is getting closer towards oversold territories. It's not there just yet, but it is getting closer towards oversold territories. And so what this technically tells us, at least in the short term, is the price does have a little bit more room to the downside before we start reaching those oversold territories. And if we're looking at the last couple of times where the 8-hour Ethereum RSI entered into oversold territories, both of those times occurred right before we actually saw a bounce back to the upside, but not necessarily the bottom of the larger pullback that we're seeing at the moment. And with that being said, taking a quick look at the price of Solana, also on the 8-hour time frame, right now Solana is looking pretty similar to Ethereum on the 8-hour time frame, where basically the price is running into a critical area of support based on previous support in the price. And we're also seeing the 8-hour Solana RSI approach oversold territories, and right now it's basically on the edge of oversold territories. And so once again, technically speaking, this means that we could go a little bit lower, but very soon, if we do go a little bit lower, very soon, we're kind of approaching that downside limit, at least in the imminent short term. But once again, if we're seeing a bit of a sideways consolidation or a slight bounce, that can help to reset the RSI, which can give us more room to the downside later on. And so the main area of support to focus on right now in the short term for the price of Solana is sitting in between 120 to 128. And as for resistance, we have this area sitting in between around 150 to 155 with more resistance at around 160. And if the price actually confirms this lower low in place in the candle closes, we're possibly forming a larger bullish divergence here in the chart with lower lows in the price in the candle closes and potentially higher lows still forming here in the RSI. But as of right now, that potential larger bullish divergence is not yet confirmed and is not yet playing out. And once again, if you want to trade these moves in the price of Solana or any other crypto, check out those links down below this video if you want to claim those extra bonuses. And if you want to actually know how to trade crypto, no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or chopping around sideways, you can profit from all of that price action by watching these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.